What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had as good a weekend as I did. But now it's the start of the working week, Monday, March 18. Welcome back to FOXY Games UK. I'm Fox, your reliable source of aggregated video game news, speculation and rampant rumour. In today's news, sourced via DualShockers.com, here's another story long-term viewers of FG UK will know I reported a long time ago, where I discussed, dissected and concluded based on information provided to me by those who actually know what's going on. Well, now a year or more later, reports are flooding in thick and fast. Sony's PlayStation VR headset could very well be going wireless if a recently discovered patent is anything to go by. Indeed, a wireless patent for PlayStation VR has recently surfaced online, and it looks to cut the cords required for the original model. There are a few images that may interest you within the link provided with this video, detailing a Sony patent to a new unit that appears to be completely wireless. Of course, a device will still need to be plugged into the PlayStation console itself. However, that device will then wirelessly send a signal to the headset, which frees up a lot of area for movement. Now, a wireless PlayStation VR unit could take the system to a whole other level. The one major flaw of Sony's VR unit really feels a little counterproductive, having to fiddle with multiple wires every time the user operates it. Now, the numerous cables needed to plug into the power box are a micro USB cable, the PlayStation camera, the HDMI from the TV and the HDMI going to the PS4. Of course, this does not include the two other HDMI cables combined into one solid cord designed to be plugged into the front of the VR unit, which leads to the actual headset. Now, cutting the cords down would lead to a far more consumer-friendly experience. Now, it must be stated this is only a patent. A ton of patents exist and most never come to fruition. So, are you a PlayStation VR user looking forward to version 1.5's wireless setup, or are you holding out for a true PlayStation VR successor, PlayStation VR 2.0, again something I've discussed on this channel, with higher frame rates, higher resolution and an all-round better, more refined PlayStation VR experience? Do share your thoughts in the comments. And in other news, sourced via mpfirst.com, here's the full story. Something many an Xbox One gamer has enjoyed for years just may be coming to a PlayStation 4 system near you. EA Access, EA subscription-based gaming service similar to Origin Access for PC users, could be coming to PlayStation devices. Eagle-eyed Reddit user Sabazin posted a picture of an EA Access PS4 image allegedly nabbed from the PlayStation Store itself. Now, according to another Reddit user, the text when translated says EA Access now available. If this is indeed legitimate, then this would further aid gamers, as PlayStation Plus members can take advantage of it and get quite a handful of free games, quote-unquote free games, every month when you factor in and the monthly PlayStation Plus freebies. Personally, I've never really cared much for EA Access on the Xbox One I've owned for years, so for me, I don't think this will enhance nor diminish the console experience as far as I'm concerned, though it certainly will be interesting to see if this is a benefit to you. So share your thoughts in the comments. And in our last and final news segment of the video, mega tech giant Google is scheduling to hold a pretty significant event tomorrow in what many believe will be a few mind-blowing announcements, finally declaring the company's intent to not just compete with Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo, but to completely dominate the entire home entertainment and console market with its grand gaming ambitions. Google may about to coin the phrase, "all your games are ours." This really was one of the topics discussed on yesterday's double-length TGCP episode 97. Check it out on this channel. Sourced via gamingbolt.com. Here's the big picture. So what exactly is Google working on? Well, here's what we know so far. We know Google plan on entering the gaming industry with a huge splash, and we know they are really set to imminently unveil their vision for the future of gaming on Tuesday, March 19. That's tomorrow at the GDC event, and acronym really for the Game Developers Conference. Now, we also know that the game streaming really is at least a component of this future. Google have already held public betas and trials for their Project Stream game service, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, running at an uncompromised 1080p 60 FPS on either high or ultra settings. As far as Google's tech is concerned, it's a proven viable technology. It just works. And we know Google have appointed a major talent in the game industry with Jade Raymond, who is now Google Vice vice president, a ballsy move that shows clear intent. And we know major publishers such as Ubisoft and Bethesda are queuing up to support whatever initiative Google has planned. Based on findings by Ars Technica, there is definitely evidence that there is some hardware component involved in whatever this Google gaming initiative is. This in line with the very first leaks regarding Google's entry into gaming that we had last year, where it specified a streaming service as well as a gaming console. Now, the hardware doesn't have to be a gaming console per se, it could just be a streaming box or streaming stick like Chromecast. Now, it might just be a controller they sell alongside their streaming service, though it very well could be a new game console too. Now, in spite of all the very many misgivings people have about Google entering the gaming market, the entrant of a new console manufacturer into the fold is exciting, and it must be said it's going to be the first time in 20 years that a new company attempts the market. Now, it must be said the last 20 years has seen the market coalesce around just Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo, and with Xbox and PlayStation and whatever Nintendo is choosing to do at any given moment. Google's entry into the console market promises ready to threaten a major disruption of that dynamic. And the big burning question is, how does Google plan to actually break into this market? Well, ask Microsoft, who really has been here with Xbox for around 20 years now, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of money to try and endear yourself to gamers. Google certainly has the money to create a very powerful console, but affordable to the masses, really, with a new gaming platform. They can take a far bigger hit financially than Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo combined to truly deliver a groundbreaking system. But what reason do Xbox, PlayStation and Switch owners have to jump on board the Google train? Well, there are many things Google can offer to try and dangle those golden carrots to poach gamers away from the big three, and I suspect they will do just that. The new Google console, if it exists, would be extremely powerful and affordable, as I stated, owing to Google's ability to take a huge loss. It is possible Google offers free online play. Now, that would be something which would be a big pro in their favor. Now, Google could really offer integration with their other services such as Google Drive for unlimited cloud storage and YouTube for video sharing and live streaming. Google could offer integration with Android phones, so for example, you'll get to play all your Google game content on the go on an Android device via streaming. All of this would certainly really entice the most loyal of gamers, in as much as having a capable console does. But as Microsoft learned the hard way with Xbox One X this generation, it's not just about the service's features and ultimately the power you offer your consumers. You need compelling games. So where does Google get the games? Let's assume third parties support the Google box. Third parties like EA and Activision, in addition to Bethesda, Ubisoft and Sega, which are already known and heavily implied to be in Google's corner. But what would you buy really a Google box for? Would you buy it for FIFA when you can play FIFA on your PlayStation, Xbox or Switch, in addition to exclusives? Much like Microsoft, Google desperately needs big tentpole AAA exclusive content, games you just can't play elsewhere, and Google may have recruited some of the industry's top developers to aid its cause with huge megaton first-party game content. Google may have drafted Sega in just to launch exclusives for their as of yet unannounced console, and it will need to if it's to really go head-to-head with Sony's incredible first-party studios. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just for the launch. Google would need to maintain interest by keeping meaningfully appealing exclusive content coming. And for a new entrant into the market, they would also have to demonstrate third-party parity with Xbox and PlayStation. They don't get the benefit that Nintendo does, where Nintendo can skate by with relatively poor third-party support. That's because after nearly 40 years in the industry, Nintendo has an established brand, fan base and a lineup of enviable first-party games that will always drive hardware sales. Google, as a new entrant into the console market, has none of that and needs to execute on everything absolutely perfectly. Now, they cannot afford to make any mistakes whatsoever, which brings us to the long-term game. Now, Google needs to understand that a game console is a money burner for years before the investment begins to pay off, and in the present market, it's especially hard for a new entrant to be immediately successful. Does Google have the patience or attention span to be able to stick with a project that's not immediately a success? And do we expect Google to be able to stick with a console over the long term this time? Put simply, Google has a lot of resources to be able to make a splash while entering the gaming market, and I for one am interested to see how they actually attempt to enter the market and disrupt it. Yes, I'm a bit of a skeptic, really quite skeptical of their ability to actually deliver a product that would be more appealing than the three we have on the market already, but we shall see, assuming it even is is a console to begin with. Interesting take, very interesting. And here's the thing, if you want the full article, it is available, linked in this video description. But here's my point. Well over a year ago or more, I tweeted and made a video. I do have receipts that a major player would enter the console space to take on the big three current industry giants, though I was not at liberty to really specifically name Google as that player. At the time, it was pretty much common knowledge among the many game industry insiders, for example, people close to the people involved in certain projects. Honestly, when mainstream finally reports on these news stories, it's pretty much old news to me. In fact, old news to anyone who follows my channel, because of this long duration period. Some news gets totally pushed back to really the back of my mind, since I would have really moved on to the next big news piece, story, or hot tangible rumor. When you are one of the very few talking about stuff so early on, it's kind of hard to keep the story going and maintain interest, because there really is not a lot of proof you can offer, especially when the ignorant ones among us scream fake news. Wonder where they picked that phrase up from. Well, check back here tomorrow if something huge happens at the Game Developer Conference event, and I'll be sure to have all sides covered for you. If not, then at least Foxy Games UK subscribers and viewers can say they never got carried away. But Tuesday is but a sleep away, and all things Google Plus gaming could be revealed. Interesting times indeed. But what say you? Do share your thoughts and opinions on today's news stories, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video. But let's continue the discussion in the comments. And for all your current and next gen news updates, rumor and rampant speculation, go ahead, hit the like button, spread the word, and I'll keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. Remember, all relevant links where applicable can be found in this video's description. And if you like what we do here, subscribe to Foxy Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up the video if you did like it, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a Foxy Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie, available in various colors and designs. You'll find both links in this video's description. I truly appreciate the support. Well, that concludes our time together on this Monday. It was great hanging out. Thank you for your time and attention. Until the next video, always remember, play games, not corporations.